Hi everybody, this is Matt Reflects and I'm Matt. Today we're going to do a Magic the Gathering video. I basically opened a new box and I didn't go, we're not going to go through everything. I'm just going to talk about the rare cards in the mythics and any of the fun stuff. But it is one of the Aetherdrift bundle boxes. Of course it has all the fun little things like the little spine down dice. The pack includes like the punch outs, includes a full set of both regular lands, foil lands, and the full art lands, both foil and regular. So that's in boxes. Alright, now we'll get into what we're doing for our rares and mythics. I'm going to go ahead and start with the mythics cards. I've got the Radiant Lotus. That one, sacrifice one or more artifacts. Choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way. That obviously is a freaking awesome card when it comes to anything that produces a lot of token artifacts. However, full disclosure, it is 6 mana, so that 6 mana is a bit of something to get out, but still awesome card, especially in these artifact decks that have a lot of mana dorks that can create fast mana, and then this can make it even faster. Possibly really nice in an Eldrazi deck when you need huge amounts of land, huge amounts of mana. The second, there was only 2 mythics in this box. The second was the Bright Glass Gearhawk. That is 2 green mana, 2 white mana. It's an artifact creature construct. It says first strike and trample. When this creature enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less. Reveal them, put them in your hand, and then shuffle. Obviously, there's huge amounts of 1 mana value or less cards in Magic the Gathering, and oftentimes you can really get some of these artifact decks can really boom with the 1 mana that way. So that's a pretty awesome one, and it's only 4 mana to get out, so it's really not a bad card to have. I actually have a second one of them that I had gotten previously as well. Let's see, Crypt Caller Chariot. That is a vehicle. It's 3 colorless, 1 black. It's menace. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, create that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, and it's crew 2. Now, any one of the major discard decks, this would be an excellent add-in for discard and grab all those black zombie tokens. So that works out really well. That's a nice card to play with. Let's see, Lumbering World Wagon, and that one is a foil. This was also the guaranteed card in the box. So this one is a artifact vehicle. It is 2 colorless mana and 1 green mana, and it states this vehicle's power is equal to the number of lands you control. So it's already star for power, it's 4 for defense. That's great in a green deck where you can generally get lands out rapidly. It's a crew 4, so it's not hard to get be able to crew it with 4, so this could be a big hitter. Whenever this vehicle enters or attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. This card I've used this card quite often in Arena, so this is one that I'd really definitely use in paper format. Alright, let's see. The next one is Webstrike Elite in the specialty card. That's 2 mana. It's an insect archer. It's a 3/3. It has reach, cycling, 2 mana, or 2 green mana, and X. And when you cycle this card, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment with mana value X. Now that can really... Sometimes it's not easy to get rid of enchantments, so that's another nice card to take care of enchantments. So we like that one. Waxen Shape Thief, which of course these cards, I'm going to do a split screen, so when I'm talking about each one, I'll make sure the card stays up on the screen. This is a shaped creature shapeshifter. It is a 0/0, but the card reads Flash. You may have this creature enter as a copy of an artifact or creature you control, and it has cycling 2. So this one I've used a lot in Arena. This one I've had used a lot against me. Now it is 4 mana, but in any deck where you can use that to copy a massive creature or a really top-notch artifact, that's just a great card for that. Excuse me. Mindspring Merfolk is my next one. That one is a 1/1 Merfolk creature, Merfolk Wizard. It's 1 blue mana, and it reads Exhaust X, and then 2 blue mana. Draw X cards, put a +1/+1 counter on each Merfolk creature you control, activate each exhaust ability only once. Now, that is one that I use often as well when I'm doing any sort of deck that has exhaust in it on Arena. It's another great way to draw. Now, granted, you can regular draw cards generally. You can get 1 or 2 mana instants, and you can use them. But with this one, it does have that great exhaust ability, and you X +2 for the number of cards you're gonna for the mana they'll take to draw the cards. But that extra 1/1 on each Merfolk, that may have some room for now that we're in the Lorwyn eclipsed time with all the Merfolk that they've got. So this could be potentially coming back a little bit more. Again, used it quite a bit in when Aetherdrift came out. Regal Imperiosaur. This one is a 3 mana. It's 1 colorless, 2 green. And this one says other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1, and it's a 5/4. Honestly, that is a beautiful card for any sort of dinosaur deck. It's overpowered really for having the 1/1 to other dinosaurs, plus it being a 5/4 and only 3 mana. That's a good catch for a dinosaur based deck. Caradora, Heart of Elcria. I'm not even gonna say any of this crap right. Anyhow, this one is 4 mana total, 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 white, so a gold card. I'm from the old days, so gold card. It is a 4/2 legendary human knight, and the card text reads, when Caradora enters, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature or vehicle you control, put that many +1/+1 counter are put on instead. So that card right there is another one. I've used it in white and green decks. I don't make a lot of white and green decks. I oftentimes get annoyed by them when I'm playing on Arena, so I don't necessarily make them. But excellent card for a mountain vehicle deck, and with this set, the vehicles were awesome. I know a lot of people hated Aetherdrift, but I actually really enjoyed this set because it's not just the same old. And with the potential with vehicles, mounts, and then spacecraft when you got into later set, and then at the end of this year when they go in and do the Star Trek set, we could potentially see some interesting vehicle-based things with stations and everything else. Anyway, let's move on. I've got Samet, the Driving Force foil. And this is a legendary 4/5 human warrior cleric. Text reads, First Strike, Vigilant, Haste, start your engines. I know that was heavily hated on the start your engines. There are a few cards that I absolutely love for the start your engines, and go ahead and make use of it, especially if they're relatively small amounts of mana. The rest of the text reads, other creatures you control get +X/+0, where X is your speed. And non-creature spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is your speed. So if you are doing a start your engines deck, this card is definitely a great one. It is a little too expensive for what it does. It's a total of 6 mana, so you have to really bring out a lot, and it is red, green, and white. So 1 red, 1 green, 1 white, and 3 colorless. Now, in anything that has green, you could potentially quickly get out enough mana to make this card worthwhile, especially with all of the fetching that you can do. But again, pretty expensive card for what it does. Let's look at the next one. It is Far Fortune End Boss. This is 4 mana, 4/5. Legendary human mercenary. It's red and black, so 1 red, 1 black, and 2 colorless to cast. So this is another Start Your Engines card, and it states that whenever you attack, Far Fortune deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's always a good use. Max speed, if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1 instead. I think it's a well-balanced card with 4 mana being 4/5 plus the automatic 1 damage to each opponent whenever you attack. So that really is a great on its own. Now, if you can get the Start Your Engines to work, particularly if you can get anything Start Your Engines out fast enough so you can get it up to the highest levels, that is going to be absolutely great for play for you. Now let's see. Next one is probably one of my favorites in that set. I don't know how to say the first name of it, but it's Vinzet, I don't know, Verbose Host. It is a legendary homunculus, and I've got the full art edition here. It is another Start Your Engines one, and it is the Start Your Engine card that I use the most. So it's Start Your Engines, and then the regular ability is you have no maximum hand size, so that's already great. This is a 0/4, and it's only 2 mana, so it's 1 blue, 1 colorless, so it's got a pretty good defense ability, and outside of the realm of your standard red instants that are 3 or less. So they have to hit it a little harder to kill it. But on max speed, if you would draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. That is incredibly good. And this one's fast enough that you can use in a red-blue deck where you're hitting hard with the red. So you're going to be able to get that max speed rate up, and now you're also going to be drawing 2 cards. So that's a really good play. One of my favorite from that entire set, and used heavily. The next one I'm going to do is Bleachbone Verge. That's the only rare land that I received in this one. This one says add black mana, but there's a second one. Tapped, add white mana, activate only if you control a plains or a swamp. And so with a white-black deck, this is great. Huge benefit, does not come in tapped, so that is wonderful, especially as a first or second turn drop, because on a second turn drop, if you now definitely have both black and white. If you had black or had either a swamp or a plain already. In a 3-color deck, that can potentially lead you to have all 3 colors pretty rapidly as well. Last but not least, I've got Redshift Rocketeer Chief, and it is foil. This one is a 2/3 legendary Goblin Pilot. and it costs 1 red, 1 green, and its text reads Vigilance, so I always like Vigilance. So right there with the 2/3, 2 mana, and Vigilance, it definitely already passes the muster for a decent card. Then tap to add X mana of any one color where X is Redshif's power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. That is excellent in this set, particularly because of the exhaust ability. But there are plenty of other good abilities that it could help pay for. And its exhaust is ridiculously expensive. It is 1 red, 1 green, and 10 colorless. But put any number of permanent cards from your hand into the battlefield. So while that is super expensive, it's, for me, outside of having a bunch of ability to decrease the exhaust cost, it's really a omniscience that's a little more expensive than it's, so it, but it is red green, so it has the ability to be used in a color that's doesn't have that ability as often. The other thing that I can get into on that is the fact that it does have it does have green on it, and again, green is really fast when it comes to getting mana with mana dorks plus fetch cards. So the rest of these that I'm going to point out are not the rares, but they're like the specialty cards. The art series, we picked up one of the art series. It's the Ganti Night Minister, and it's just the art series card. Here's a couple more for my there's a couple more here going on for the foils. Most of these are going to be foils. That one is the Beast Rider Vanguard, foil of Reef Roads, Thunderhead Gunner, End Rider Catalyst, Haunt the Network, let's see, Dredger's Insight foil, Nesting Bot. Other ones that I pulled out of the packs was like a foil Swamp, full art edition Swamp, special edition Haunted Hellride, special edition Skybot Fairy. Another one of the full art cards, that one is going to be Medicant Core Guide Light, and then just a full art island, and those were all in the packs for the specialty cards. So that is that bundle, the Aetherdrift bundle. I do enjoy getting the bundles. I do like the little tokens, all the little fun stuff that comes with the dice, all of that. Plus, excuse me, I like to open packs. I like to see what I'm getting. And I do like that they have like some guaranteed cards and stuff like that. So anyhow, this is a pretty long video. I have a bunch of these that I'm going to do with different boxes, different things like that I've gotten so far. So this one's I just got the other day, so I figured I'd just pound it in and get it done. But anyway, I am Matt. Like, subscribe, share the content. If you're not into the political side of what I'm doing, don't share that stuff. But if you like just looking at the cards and having fun, a little bit of fun with that, and joining the discussion, telling me that I'm full of it when I'm in the comments when it comes to the card and why it's good or bad or whatnot, go ahead. I enjoy looking at it, and we'll see what type of discussion we can have. If you enjoy the politics sides or review sides or any of the other stuff, like, share, subscribe. Again, I'm Matt. This is Matt Reflects, and I'll see you on the next video.